Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second town hall meeting on Santa Monica Airport. We want to thank all the residents from the community that are here tonight. By your mere presence, you are making a statement. You are making a statement of concern and awareness of the Santa Monica Airport. Many of us know that this airport's been here for 40 or so years. Some of us didn't have any problem with the airport because these were little planes, props. But some of us did have a problem at that point because we saw the takeoffs and landings over LA City. We saw the revenue in Santa Monica. People in Venice who live right under the flight pattern feel those planes taking off every day. People in West LA, Mar Vista, and I dare say throughout the southern part of this area here are all impacted by the airport. But in the last 10 years, we began to see jets coming in. First there were 100, then there was 1,000. And now it's up to 10,000 takeoffs and landings a year. As those planes idle before they get up into the air, they're functioning, they're ready, they're revving, they're getting ready to take off. And with the westerlies being what they are, that toxicity from the back of those jets are going right over Centinela and right into your backyards, and I dare say into your lungs and into your eyes and into your whole feeling of your community. Well, these jets do have toxic fumes. These toxic fumes hit us because there's no buffer zone between the airport and the people. If you go to LAX and fly out of the Imperial Terminal with your private jet, there is land buffer between you and the community outside the airport. There is none here at the Santa Monica Airport. Many of us in the city of Los Angeles and in the city of Santa Monica would like to see these jets no longer take off at the Santa Monica Airport. In fact, Santa Monica city officials on the 29th of this month are going back to Washington, D.C. to meet with the FAA about safety issues of some of these categories of jets. The FAA says, well, we'll do this EMAS business, which is a way to try to capture a plane if it's about to go off the runway from hitting one of the houses below. Well, Santa Monica, of course, is concerned about the safety of its residents, and they're going back with a full delegation, and they're meeting with them on the 29th. And their hope is, and I support them 100%, City of Los Angeles supports them 100%, is the FAA's got to wake up and realize there is a huge safety issue right now with those jets. And if Santa Monica gets its way, half of the jets now will no longer be flying out of Santa Monica Airport. Let's applaud Santa Monica. This is truly a partnership issue when they go back on the 29th, and we are not only with them, we're going to pass a resolution in my city council supporting them, and Jane Harmon, one of our great advocates in Washington, will be there for them, and we're hopeful that the FAA will appreciate the safety issue there. So thank you, Santa Monica, for that. Also, as you know, Santa Monica City Council meets on Tuesday nights, so that's why there aren't any reps from their government. But we applaud them very much for working with us in this moment in time in a very cooperative partnership way. I might say that hasn't been the case historically, but it is more so today than ever before. The program tonight has 3 phases in it. The phase is going to start pretty soon with my co-chairs, Joan and Marty Rubin. Many of you have heard me say I'm joined at the hip with them. I am joined at the hip. I got them one on either side of me. And these are 2 of the greatest community leaders and activists that I've ever had the pleasure of getting to know and working with since I've been an elected official. They're incredibly dynamic and committed. And I also want to acknowledge the Mar Vista Neighborhood Council, which has formed a committee and is putting a lot of energy in it. And I see the president of the Mar Vista Neighborhood Council, Rob Cadota, in the audience too. Congratulations, Mar Vista Neighborhood Council. I also want to acknowledge the West LA Neighborhood Council, which is also getting engaged in it. And technically speaking, the West LA area is as much impacted as Mar Vista, because we know that National Boulevard is sort of the dividing point between West LA and Mar Vista, but all of us know we're all in this together. Anybody that is on the east side of Santa Monica Airport feels the wind pushing that toxicity into their lungs. So the first part will be a slide presentation by the Rubens, who put it together, giving us a little context for where we are. The second part will be me announcing all the elected officials and their energy. Ted Lieu, who's on a plane right now, coming back from Sacramento, they're in full session, he has to go back up again tomorrow morning, will be here. And he's quite a partner and quite a champion. I'll say more about him when he steps into the room, coming right from LAX to here, and we will introduce him and we'll interrupt wherever we are for the Honorable Ted Lieu, who's been just the best in partnership. In fact, he has picked up where Mike Gordon, and we're dedicating this town hall to Mike Gordon. Mike Gordon wasn't in the assembly that long, but boy did he make an impact, and he passed on. And the Rubens will talk a little bit in a slide about him, but in memory of Mike Gordon, this program tonight, this town hall, is dedicated to Mike Gordon. At this point, without further ado, I'd like to introduce my great partners, joined at the hip, Joan and Marty Rubin. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Rosendahl, for holding this town hall and for everything that you've done since you've gotten into office. You've just taken this issue and taken it out from underneath the rug and made it the important issue that it is. With the increasing noise and air pollution and the serious concerns of safety from the jet operations at Santa Monica Airport, the neighbors are growing increasingly upset with the harmful effects that jet operations have on the health and the quality of their lives. We've heard testimony from many of you here a couple years ago expressing your experience and concerns regarding how the influx of jet traffic affects your daily lives. 90% of all the noise violations are caused by jets. All of the air pollution complaints are due to the jet emissions. The threat of a jet crashing into an adjacent residential neighborhood looms as a potential catastrophic event. There's absolutely no justification for forcing Santa Monica Airport neighbors to give up their fresh air and absorb all these burdensome impacts brought on by jet traffic. We implore all who use Santa Monica Airport and jet into the airport to understand this and reconsider whether you should use Santa Monica Airport. This includes California Governor Schwarzenegger, who should be setting a better example for others. Flying around via private jet is arguably the one form of transportation most harmful to the atmosphere and at the bottom of the list for sustainability. I know at least one young father who is here today moved his family away from the airport. He emailed me the following, quote, "The reason that we are leaving is 100% due to the jet fumes and their impact on the future health of my son," unquote. The growth of jet traffic at Santa Monica Airport has flown underneath the environmental radar. That is, until Councilman Rosendahl shed a spotlight on it. As Councilman Rosendahl mentioned, we'd like to dedicate this town hall to the memory of our great friend, the late 53rd District California Assemblyman Mike Gordon, who died shortly after taking office in 2005. Mike fast-tracked the SCA QMD Airport